axis. So like as this probe is going down, it's reading different levels. And so, but however, here you're getting like these, like this, as was pointed out, makes a little bit less sense because they're kind of like they're separated in a way that doesn't totally make it doesn't harmonize with what you're kind of expecting from this. So the idea we had was to basically hold as much constant as possible. So this would be the sort of graph we have where you would have, again, concentration in parts per million on your x-axis, depth on your y-axis, and then all you'd do is you'd want to provide your baseline. So that's 0. So if you have compound 1, compound 2, compound 3, it's the same idea as that, except because you're taking one sample, your value is going to be constant for the entirety of your depth. And then so that would, if you look at this, it intuitively makes sense because it's similar to the one you have over there where the concentration varies by depth. And the only main thing you'd have to make sure of, and like I know I've coded this before and other sort of things, is that your compound with the highest concentration would have to be at the back, and you'd have to like layer it on top to where it'd be like smaller as you go up. But like this would just be like a really simple way of keeping it with the same spirit as the other graph and yet displaying what you want to display. Kind of connecting these back to 0 so people can see, okay, like what's that concentration? Here, what's that concentration? It's the same idea. And then what we also noticed was when you hover over these chemicals, you see the same thing regardless of the chemical compound you hover over. So the idea here was if you'd hover over the blue compound, you'd get a pop-up that shows the concentration of the blue compound only at like the 3 different time intervals. And of course the axes in this case have changed, but you're going to label them so it kind of like makes sense. So that way, it allows you to focus in. Rather than hovering over one and seeing a giant table with all the different compounds, you're hovering over the only one you want, and then you're also seeing that you're getting only one compound, and then you're also getting the time visualized for that same compound. So that was kind of like one of the ideas we had there. Kind of, again, keeping with the spirit of the other kind of graphs, and yet like showing the fact that it's actually constant over depth. Great. That certain depth interval.
Cool.
One of the other things we thought about too is when you have the LIF, the MIP, and the concentration data all in one, unless you only have a very few wells, it just gets crazy. And so you maybe want to have a separate, graphic on the bottom for each of those different types of analyses.
Separate cross-section?
Well, for each cross section, you could say, okay, just show the LIF data or just show the MIP data. You could try to show it all together, but if your eyes get blurry, you might want to just separate them out so you can see the changes over time for what they're showing you.
Great.
Cool. Round of applause.